Hi guys, you are awesome for being here. I'm very thankful, and this is a very important chapter in the Bible. And we are in 1 Corinthians 13, and we're talking about love. Love, love, love. We are in this middle dense section from verses 4 to 7, and you guys are troopers for following along, but I love how we can do this together. So let's read it again. Verse 4 to 7. Love is patient and kind. Love does not envy or boast. It is not arrogant or rude. It does not insist on its own way. It is not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice at wrongdoing, but rejoices with the truth. Love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. Amen. We're going to look at this part right here. It does not insist on its own way. It does not insist on its own way. When it comes to maturity, a mature person considers others' ways. Mature person recognizes their ways might not be the best way. A mature person will realize that their way of doing something is just one way of doing something. It's not necessarily the way of doing something. And so your church, your company, your family, your whatever might do things in an amazing way with amazing results. But that doesn't mean it's the best way. And we need to consider that different people can do things in different ways. Different cultures, organizations, churches can do things in different ways. And so the arrogance, okay, we talked about arrogance, of insisting on your own way all the time. Of course, sometimes you need to insist on your own way. For example, if you were the architect of a building and there's a fire and you know exactly where to go, yeah, you better insist on your way because you know exactly what you're talking about. And in that particular setting, there are exceptions, obviously. That's not arrogance. That is very loving to pursue and to plead and to persuade and to have people follow you. That's not arrogant at all. But with most other things in life, there are different ways of doing things, and so to insist on your own way, it's very it can be very selfish. A very small example. When you take kids out to I had a mission trip in town, and we had some meals we had to eat on the base, some meals we can eat out, and I just asked the question, hey, so what should we eat, guys? And then when these kids fight over where to eat, I'm like, oh my gosh, everybody's thinking about their own way. And so we know in a group setting, come on, not everybody's going to get their own way. And so we need just to consider the setting, the group, the pros and cons, the costs, the benefits, and you're mostly going to go where most people can go, right? Where it's doable. You're not going to get maybe your top two choices, but you're going to get some place that's going to get the job done. In this case, fulfill dinner. And it might be a small example, but you can see it in kids and you can see it in adults as well. And so love is considerate, yes, of the other person. Love is considerate of another way. And that is very loving and it's very mature. And thankfully, I hope by now we've seen that we've tried some things our way and then we learn, hey, other people are doing it better. And it takes some humility to say thank you for teaching me a better way. Hey, that person does it better than us. Let's learn from them. I have a small example, but this might rub people the wrong way. In my church, when I was pastoring, I would mention a lot of different churches and the way they do things because they're doing things in amazing ways. They're doing things better in some ways for sure. And I would keep talking about, hey, they do it like this, they do it like that, and I just want to learn from them because we just had a long way to go. Ooh, man, people were not happy after a while, when I just kept talking about these other churches doing things in these different ways. And so maybe not the best example. Definitely I needed to be more mindful of our culture and the way we do things, and there's different ways of bringing stuff about. And I was like the Korean parent saying, hey, that kid next door is going to Harvard, perfect SAT 2, ACT scores, and what are you doing in life? Like I guess I came across like that. My apologies. But you can see though that there is humility in seeing the way different people do things and really appreciating and learning and growing from. And there is a little pride in not wanting to consider the way other people do things and not willing to learn and not willing to go to conferences and read books and take courses, etc., etc. I hope you see that. All right, I think I went a little bit longer than expected. So just consider your way is not the best way, and even if it is, consider other people. Let people feel acknowledged and that they're not dumb and they're not inferior. That's super, super important. But definitely that first part, just know your way is not the best way in all things. We all have room to grow, and there's thankfully a lot of people that can help us, because a lot of people are doing things differently, and we can learn from all of them. Amen. Amen. We'll see you guys. God bless.